Just do your own time. You serve your sentence in your head. There ain't no finish line. Call no man happy till he's dead. There's a pressure behind my soul. I can feel it in my bones. There's a storm coming.
Alright, and welcome. My name is Michael, pronouns are he, him, and I'll be running Ars Magica tonight if y'all want to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Sarah. My pronouns are she, her, and I am playing somebody tonight. Find out.
Hi, I'm Steve. I'm the he, him. I'm playing somebody tonight.
Hey, I am Nessa. I will also be playing somebody unsure.
Alright, so Ars Magica is not like a lot of other RPGs. Let me just make sure it's also coming here.
Oops.
Telling me, nope, sound doesn't say something.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
It's fine, it's just being a pain. So in the fact that the players are not always playing these same characters, they all have a mage, they all have a companion, and then there's a huge pool of gods. Today, however, is going to be a little bit different. We are going to go through some of this together at the first part. So I'm going to pop something up for you in our foundry. Something just popped up.
Yeah.
Now, you've actually met one of these characters before. Favonius is the floating covenant. It is the covenant that is made up of ships. So, Disenecho. Let me check something. Last time I think I just did this. Properties. Oh, well, let's see. How do I sound now? Testing. Okay, yeah. It's just, when it hits default, it screws that up for some reason. Yeah. So this is Favonius is the floating covenant. There are 3 mages there. There's 3 of you. We are going to be kind of hopping into them this evening because it's going to have some effects for y'all a little bit further on in the story. So, if you want to go back to the Actors tab,
Okay.
there are 3 characters. What we'll do is we'll go over what these characters are together, and each of you will choose one of them.
Where are these characters?
If you go under the current story characters into the actors, don't look at the diary yet. For the diaries, I put some information that I do not want you to have access to as of yet, because each of these 3 has something they are trying to do or accomplish. Close that.
Okay.
Alright, so you see those?
Yeah.
Elephanes of House Flambeau, Memnos of House Verditas, and Veracunda of House Verditas. House Verditas is the house where essentially it's about building things. They more concentrate on magical items. Flambeau often has to do with flame. They're the fire mages.
What does Verditas have to do with again?
Making things. Like their whole thing tends to be about making magical items more than spells.
Is there a reason Memnos and Verkunda don't have any notes about what kind of characters they are? But Elephanes does.
Wait, what those?
Yeah, they have no arts or abilities or anything.
They will not have arts and abilities. That stuff is fine, because I'm not gonna make them all for this. We don't need them for that. All right, let me quickly put this stuff in there because I had that in there earlier today. I do know one change I made that may have gotten rid of those. That won't take a moment.
Okay.
Okay, so I think now. Does Memnos have one now?
and then start again. No.
I don't see it.
I'm looking at it from Memnos.
Aliophanes is the
Veracunda.
sanctum on the terrace.
Okay, Verkunda got one.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
you put Memnos in Verkunda.
Oh,
Which backstories?
Okay. Well, I just put Memnos's back in Memnos's. So we'll go over these three together. These three characters are... So... Okay, I think I know what might have caused the problem, because they're in here earlier. Damn it. Now it is the copy-paste from... One thing you'll also notice is these characters each have several personality traits. Grogs can have these too. These are often used as a way to sometimes determine if you're not sure what a Grog is going to do. Oh, this is pissing me off. Copy. Hit copy a few times.
God, these people all sound amazing.
Oh wait, now it works. What the? Okay, unlock our masterman. All right, so we'll read through them together first. So first, this is the one you have met before, Aliphanes of House Flambeau. Aliphanes has his sanctum on the Triris. This is basically, they have several ships that they send out to sea, and this is actually their covenant, because it is built off of a genius locus that was somewhere that they basically talked into. Would you basically become our patron for our covenant, and can we take this forest that is essentially you and turn you into ships? And their patron is basically like, I will do that partly because I want to see more things in the world. I want to go and do stuff. So Alphanus has a sanctum on the Terrace, but he spends little time there. He spends the majority of his hours on his personal vessel, a one-man sailing boat commissioned at his own expense from Memnos. He is a monster hunter, delighting in chasing down creatures purely for their whis. It is well known in the tribunal that if a covenant has a problem with a monster which the Magi cannot themselves cope, Eliphanes, which I know I'm pronouncing it correctly, will dispatch it for them, if he can be found to ask. His motivation is a lust for glory rather than a desire to help, but despite this, Aliphanes is a likable person and a favorite among the Grogs thanks to his gung-ho attitude and gentle gift. Eliphanes appears to be in the prime of his life. He has the unaging virtue. A dark-haired young man with a neatly trimmed beard, his spear is his talisman, and it is enchanted with several effects to enhance its use as a weapon without being stopped by the might of the creatures he hunts. This is the guy who comes and sets up your Aegis of the Hearth, basically the thing that protects you magically in the Covenant. So he's the one that sets that up for you. You have met him previously in the game. I can't remember. He showed up at one point, and I can't remember what was happening at that point. Then there is Veracunda of House of Verditas. Probably Werditas, I think, but it's got the V. A limber woman who typically dresses as one of the sailors, which is far more practical than robes on a deck. Veracunda holds the title of Gubernatrix, the chief helmsman of the fleet. Unlike her master Memnos, her enchantment skills are specialized in ropes, knots, cords, and twines, a focus which proves very useful aboard ship, but not one that has led to a steady client base for enchanted items. Her familiar is a monkey, which she has picked up on one of the more long-distance journeys. When the Covenant was smaller, the monkey, can often be seen in the rigging of the Philomela, keeping watch. And then, Memnos. Memnos is the founder of the Covenant and the architects of its marvelous vessels. He is a member of the mystic fraternity of Samos. He has always been fascinated with ships and boats and is specialized in their enchantment. However, an unfortunate incident during a mystery initiation left him with a death prophecy that he would die, quote, with the sky above him and the sea beneath him. He has never actually sailed on any of his ships for fear of the prophecy's completion. He's become famed as a builder of seagoing vessels and is always, or nearly always, busy working on one commission or another. Memnos is a healthy man, apparently in his 50s, with a curly black hair and a full beard. His skin is turned nut brown from his outdoors life on the seashore. His work with hefty beams of wood has left him massively muscled, and he's an expert climber with a good sense of balance. He is the best skilled in the art of Regio, and is particularly accomplished in craft magic, which he uses to lighten his work. He has a team of 4 forge companions, and his laboratory on Endros contains many specializations and enhancements. So these are the characters you'll be doing stuff with tonight. So, who wants which?
Ooh, this is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, who are you feeling? Because I'm interested in trying to pull off Eliophanes,
Mhm.
but I also feel like I feel like Veracunda is like a little typecast, you know? Where I
Yeah.
feel like I don't know. I feel like either of us could be Veracunda, but I don't want
Yeah.
to like. Granted, either of us could be Memnos too, but I don't know. I don't want to force you into one or the other, depending on what Steve wants.
I'll take Veracunda. That sounds fun. I get a monkey.
Okay.
Steve, what are you feeling? Eliophanes or Memnos?
I don't care, whichever you want.
All right. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go Memnos because the being afraid of your own death via a prophecy, and then also it's your whole life. Like,
Yeah.
imagine if you're like you'll be killed on a Twitch stream, but also you love making Twitch streams. Nessa will be mauled to death by a cocker spaniel. It's
I'm
like,
out.
well, that's my whole life though.
All right, I guess Aliphanes, the monster hunter who likes us, kind of.
Nice.
Okay. So if you want to take a moment and look into the diaries, what you're going to see is there is a note that gives you some information on essentially what it is your character is going to want. Okay, that worked. Wait, oh, what happened here? Ars Magica layout. Browse. Don't go there. I know stuff just disappeared. We are going to fix that.
Yeah. I love this diary note.
Are we allowed to read his diaries or no?
Yes, yeah, I want to read the diaries. That's going to tell you essentially.
So everybody else's or just ours?
No, just yours. You actually.
Yeah.
This is you know how I often say I think secrets are usually not a great thing.
Mm.
I think they work when it's a single session. I think when it's a single session, if it's something like Alien.
Hypocrite, Michael.
Well, I have always made that the single session, if you're playing Paranoia, or if it's something like Alien, where it works specifically in those secrets, as opposed to, like, it turns out I'm actually a drow. Nobody cares, Chuck. That's a stupid secret to have.
Oh my god, you were a changeling? That
Yeah.
could have really paid off a bunch in this
I told you I was
adventure.
a
And
cleric,
now,
but I'm a warlock. It was like the what's the Star Trek with Cumberbatch?
Into darkness.
Khan. I'm like, that
Yes.
only
Yeah.
means something.
We all knew.
Yeah.
We all knew.
It also
Yeah.
only means something to the audience. It means nothing to those characters. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Why
I've
are you
not
saying
seen
it like that,
Star
dude?
Trek, but I'm getting so many
You know
Deep Space Nine edits that I'm like, I think I have to watch this.
You know what's so funny about that is that in the actual movie Wrath of Khan, Khan's reemergence was like a cool callback to the original series, and like that one, like, it just. And I liked this. I liked the rehash movie. I did, but like didn't have the weight of bringing Ricardo Montalban back. Like,
do you know why? Because J.J. Abrams fucking sucks. J.J. Abrams takes things he clearly enjoyed about a project or like a IP that he clearly loved, but he doesn't understand how it works, and he puts it together in the most clumsy way that destroys. Like, like the Star Trek. I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, but those Star Trek movies are more they're more adventure-y.
Mhm.
And like his whole thing was, I mean, he even did the whole Kirk and Spock thing from the end of Wrath of
Yeah.
Khan, but it only made sense because you're like, oh, this is the part where they do that.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Does everybody have a chance to look through?
Yes.
I read the
yes.
diary.
Okay.
Sweater might go back on because I'm cold now again.
God, I wish it was cold.
We will start. Memnos. You've called the others basically to come back to Andros, to kind of come back to you in order to like essentially there's some things you all need to talk about. You have someone arrives. It's like one of the grogs. Memnos, sir. Eleophanes is not with the ship he should be with.
That boy. When is he gonna settle down?
They said he's off fighting. We're looking for some sort of a creature. They're expecting him back shortly. Do you have anything that you're able to send to perhaps let him know? Looks like you probably have a spell
Michael,
that you can use.
Yeah, I mean, I assume my arts are kind of weird.
No, like I said, I haven't put anything in for those.
Yeah, we'll
we'll
just assume.
Yeah, we're gonna like basically these three are like Memnos in particular, pretty powerful. Verakunda is going to be kind of second most powerful. And Eleophanes, while younger, his stuff is going to be much more like searching stuff out, fighting monsters, but also stuff with like fighting Whis.
Yeah. Memnos is gonna grab like I think there's probably like a lot of wood carvings in his area because like he's all about ships but he does like I feel like he does intricate work on the side. Yeah. It's like all day it's just like ha and he gets home and he's like like gonna grab like a little wooden bird and pick it up and go, get your ass back to the ship. And then kind of go to like one of the porthole windows and just kind of chuck it, and it's gonna come to life and start flying towards wherever the hell Eleophanes is.
All right. As it heads out there, Verakunda. As you're kind of heading back, Memnos is called a meeting of the Covenant. It happens once in a while, not too often. The annoying thing is if Memnos was able to actually be out among all of you instead of terrified of his own death, y'all would be together all the time, so it wouldn't be hard to have these meetings. We're on your way back. Basil of Andros, who is kind of a merchant adventurer and is basically building up a trading house, is on the ship with you because this is part of why it is you're coming back because I feel like your actual mages meet a lot more. I mean, the thing is, the actual mages are all still together. We just kind of put them together a bit more, I think, than in individual adventures and stuff. We had a decent amount with the one I ran in person. Basil's come forward because here's the thing. And this is in all the notes. Let you know this. What Apona Merria was given to this group of apprentices. This covenant, there's a lot of things that don't quite match with the way things tend to be done in this tribunal. There was you don't have a patron. You are a group of apprentices. This was done. There was basically a lot of arguing over this particular piece of land. A lot of them not necessarily knowing that L'Assomption, Ombre's L'Assomption, which is the place where your characters went, where like the demons and such had been, where you found the sphere.
Okay.
Not necessarily knowing that was like a secondary covenant, though you found that out a bit later, of the old covenant that got destroyed by demons. And there's been problems with demons in that area for quite some time. But with the knowledge that the sphere has been found, which has given them a little bit of fame, there are people who are starting to talk about possibly making sure that those apprentices have someone who's there to make sure that they don't screw up, that they're actually running things the way they should, that these whelps don't overstep themselves because they don't know what they're doing. Plus, there's a ton of money that comes out of there, and for a long time, because of the problems with demons, which have driven out 2 separate covenants before it, there has been a fear of basically settling down there. A lot of mages don't want to have to necessarily worry about it. These apprentices were sort of thrown in there to see if this was still a problem after what happened with the last group of mages. Basil of Andros has got some stuff set up on one of the ships. You hear him just call up, Verakunda!
What?
I've got the numbers for you.
Right?
Right, and he's got like a map around it that's kind of hand drawn. There's some other maps there, and he's got like just a bunch of numbers and other information. He goes, "All right, before we left, I got this information from some friends of mine, people who know the amount of marble that's going out of that place. Do you have any idea how much money they are sitting on?"
Tell me.
The number he gives you is like they bring in well over 1,000 pounds of silver per year, and it has been a while since we've actually looked at that stuff because we don't tend to go into that stuff too much. In average like income, like an average level income is like 100 pounds of silver. That's what you get from the road. When you chose the road as a secondary thing, that's like 100. But you also chose a legendary. God damn it, I can't actually. Here I can.
There's a reason we have a Minotaur, and it's because there's fucking.
Yeah.
We traded that for so much silver.
Yeah, there's a ton of money. It's like 1,000. He said they probably have no idea what they're even sitting on. And according to, I don't know a lot about this, but the amount of vis they have, the raw. Do you all remember when I think it was Steve who used the raw, like the Whis, to help cast some spells?
Yeah.
We have not been like keeping up specifically on like going out and collecting all that stuff. We've kind of let that be in the background. But one of the things to keep in mind, like there's a ton. And granted, this is a covenant that's a lot richer in all of that than other people. I'm just going to block that person.
Yeah, it would be like, where's Nightbot when we need him?
Yeah, the thing is, I can't log into. I have to open up another thing so I can actually get on the chat. Yeah, but the huge amount of Whis as well, and like stores that have been there for quite some time. They're like, this is a treasure trove. This is so much more than you're able to bring in through the ships. This can basically give you enough that you can kind of do the things that you want to do, that you're not stuck places. We can basically build a huge amount of a huge merchant house with the money that's here.
And they gave it to them children.
They gave it to the children. As far as I'm aware, they're not doing much with it besides sitting on it. We could make that into a bigger fortune.
I don't see a problem with that.
That is, if you can convince Memnos.
Getting Memnos to leave his gilded tower is not something that's going to happen.
Well, he's not going to leave his tower. Do you know that Memnos doesn't? I mean, no offense, but when it comes to choosing if a member of Favonius is going to be there representing it, I don't think he's choosing you.
Why wouldn't he? I'm nearly as powerful as he is.
And the one thing you'll know is Memnos is sort of aware of like kind of the greed and other stuff that you have a tendency to have. One thing is if you look at your personality traits, like Memnos is a bit hubris, really diligent, not very talkative. You had -2 there, and hugely fearful of open water. Verakunda is avaricious, very avaricious, uncompromising, a little careless, and hubris, a little full of herself. And then Eliphanes, adventurous, very proud, and then not at all careful. -3 careful. You are as
That's a lot of-
uncareful
He is as reckless as it gets.
as you're as reckless as Memnos is terrified of the open water. Yeah.
And magic told me I would die there.
Yeah. It might be some
You should
difficult
pay-
going.
Well, it has to be shown that I'm the right one for this. And I am the right one for this.
Well, I think you'll do more with it than these resources than Eliphanes will.
I surely
even,
will.
If he even shows up. Cut to Eliphanes. You have been you've been on the hunt. You're pretty sure at this point that the thing that you're hunting may not actually be in this area. It might just be local legends and folklore, and possibly some other relatively minor magical beasts and such. Which again it's a Theban tribunal. The Theban tribunal is still rife with creatures and fae and gods in a way that many of the other tribunals are not.
Okay.
This is part of what makes it fun here, but it's also you came to hunt something more interesting than some of the relatively minor ones here. You've taken care of a few of those. That might be their problems. And you've gotten the little bit of least you can from them that you kind of harvested. You're able to go through and go, okay, here's where the magic is. You can kind of move it into another spot, take that out, like in the horns or the teeth or whatever, then transfer that into another thing later on. You got some of that, but not the good stuff. You're on your way
I
back.
absolutely know how to do that.
Yeah. You're on your way back with the head of something with entirely too many teeth. And kind of like on the... you've got your smaller boat that you often take out, but when you get up there, the Treris, the ship that you're generally supposed to be on, has dropped anchor like shortly off the shore within sight of your own smaller ship.
All right.
They don't usually come looking for you.
I'm just gonna sail my ship up to it and hook up and climb up and it's like, all right, what's going on?
Nessa, can you repeat what you said?
Get your ass back to the ship!
And with that, it then, in your presence, the bird then like transforms back into a wooden bird and falls. And Peter Monacheros, like basically one hand, a pirate that has some of the ones in the flotilla, a very good friend of yours, just kind of like finally closes eyes and goes, finally. That thing came to the ship and has been yelling that ever since it arrived.
Listen, Memnos is getting up there in age, and he probably didn't think that I'm not actually going to be on the ship.
No, I think he knew. I think he knew that we would find you.
Well, it worked, didn't it?
It did.
Anyway.
He goes, oh, by the way, we're going to need to buy some extra like whiskey, rum, alcohol, wine, anything we can here in town because of that little alarm. I've had the rations tripled the amount that they're allowed to have, so.
That's fine. Oh, do what you got to do. Like, just get me back. Apparently, it's urgent. Hopefully, it's something cool like a Hydra. That'd be awesome.
I don't think it's going to be a Hydra. I don't think that's all that would happen if that's what it was. All right.
I'm aware, but I can hope.
Turns around, just kind of very loud. It goes, gentlemen, it's time to be less drunk and get our ways back home. And everybody gets their stuff.
I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Mendos was hoping that bird would go straight to him.
Oh, because I think it's interesting. Because the ship is where he's kind of supposed to be. Oh, that's
Either way.
I don't know what else.
As long as what I want happens,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Yeah,
but
it got to him. It just took a little longer than you maybe would have wanted at first. So yeah, you start heading your way back, and we cut back to your home on the island of Andros. It is, you got a shipyard there. You have your workshop. You have a home that can be used for the rest of the Covenant on the times that they show back up. But you're in Andros, not in the Bahamas. northernmost island of the Greek Cyclades archipelago.
Michael, I have a question.
Yes.
Memnos is a lot more powerful than them, right?
Yes.
Would it be possible for him to have, I'm not going to say spies because that implies a human person. I would like to say that if there were carvings throughout the ship that were my eyes and ears, because I make all of the ships myself, would I be able to make them in such a way that the others wouldn't know about my ability to, like they would assume, but like they wouldn't actually be able to like feel it?
I would say there's a good chance you wouldn't necessarily do that because scrying on other mages is it is essentially one of the prohibition is enforced with surprising rigor. Tribunals have ruled it illegal to scry on non-mages if by doing so you learn about a magus' activities. That simply walking around invisible is magical scrying, and that you can be punished for using intelligo magic on a magus, even if you didn't know that he was a magus. There are also contrary rulings on many of these points, but in general, tribunals take a very strict view of what constitutes magical scrying. Yeah, and as BJ mentioned, Memnos is monstrously more magically powerful than everyone else. Partly because you're also one of the best known Reditus mages in the world. I believe was how it was put. Like you are an incredibly good at what you do. You're also very, very famous at what you do.
That doesn't concern me. I just want to make my ships.
Yeah.
I just want to find my iPhone, my horrible children.
Yeah.
I know you are my children, but...
One of the most famous Verdita alive.
Okay.
All right, so we've gotten. We'll say that actually on the way there, those two, like the parts of the flotilla, met back up on the way there. So Veracunda and Elefthenis, the two of you could probably have a scene before you show up back at Andros.
Okay, so our ships meet up. So, all right.
I think Veracunda comes onto the deck as she sees, what's the ship that Elefthenius is on currently? It's not his ship. It's like the big float. It's like the big armada, right?
Yeah, there's the one that you're tech that is your ship. It's just the one you're not on nearly as much. The Terrarius is the second of the magical ships, 18 feet longer than the Philomela, big enough for 3 laboratories. Elefthenis is his captain. He's just often elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I go to the deck and I see Elefthenius on the opposite. Like,
I'll saunter over. Veracunda. So
captain.
good to see you.
Sure it is. Find any monsters?
None worth just this thing, and I hold this thing up with like a bunch of teeth. It's like
Teeth or teeths?
Teeth. Like
okay. What the hell
teeth
is
are on its head. It's very weird.
it's nothing. It was easy. They promised me some great monster, and it turned out to be this wretched thing. Anyway, so
see,
you apparently been summoned back as well.
We all have. Might just want to go over.
What's the old man want now? Did he give you any insight? I just got a bird yelling, "Get back to your ship."
He wouldn't have sent a bird today to get back to the ship if he had been on the ship, would he have?
Whatever.
Let's go. Come on.
I do what I want.
Yep.
All right. We arrive back at Andros. So someone lets some others let you know that the flotilla has been sighted, and you see them making their way there. So one of the ships essentially keeps all of the. It's kind of the supply ship that is often kept a little bit back and away from any problems. You have a number of the other smaller ships around it that are not magical, and they come back into the dock, or into port rather.
Okay.
Veracunda.
My lord. Memnos.
Eleophants.
Hi, Memnos. Good to see you.
So what is this
I don't
about?
know. I don't know if you've heard, but Apona Merria is doing quite well.
Yes, I've heard.
I think it's about time that our covenant has had a bit of a hand in it,
I see.
and not a hand reaching into a pocket.
Then what kind of hand are you talking about?
A hand on the scepter. I mean, not an actual scepter, but you know.
I see.
Why the sudden interest?
You've not read the letters of what they have.
I've been there. I've seen what they have.
No, you haven't. They're on a marble mine. They've got silver coming out their arse. They are flush with silver.
They've also got a werewolf problem, a minotaur problem, as well as a church really close to them. There's a lot going on there that's more than just their money.
And we can easily take care of that. Kill the werewolves, get over it.
Then they have no one. The people that are born there are werewolves. It's more complex than just killing them. Then they have no people, no one to serve them, no one to work for them. Like that's suicide. What are you thinking?
I think what Memnos is saying is that we bring our covenant to there. Am I right?
You're both right in a way.
Elaborate, please?
Veracunda is very much wrong in that even members of our own guild, if they were to have children there, would become werewolves. Understand that's part of the curse.
More curses.
Yes,
Jesus.
anyone born within the covenant becomes a werewolf. That's typically how it goes.
Is that all of them? Every baby?
Every
I
baby.
mean, yeah. But she is also correct in that I would like our people in there. Aliafane is correct in that there are several issues, but also issues that I do not want to leave with infant mages.
Right.
It's time people here have taken on more responsibility.
All right.
Above table real quick. Is this like just a covenant in the tribunal, or is this like one of the heads of the tribunal? Like where do we rank there?
Menos has got a lot of sway, partly just because of his power over the respect he's due. You are, however, just another covenant. The difference is, Vivonius actually has you're the ones who've been showing up to make sure the Aegis is there. Part of this is the debt that was owed. You basically stepped up at some point. Alifanus stepped up and said, "Yeah, I'll work on guiding them a little bit." You haven't done a lot of that because you're doing a lot of your other stuff, and they seem like so far they're doing okay. But you help with the crops to keep things okay with the local lord. You also help each year with the Aegis of the Hearth.
Okay.
So currently, you haven't pushed up because they're still building.
I know Alifanes did the crops thing the first time, and then Zaldan learned the spell and took it over. Mm-hmm. So he's been helping. All right, so back in character, Alifanes.
Yeah. But then the Aegis, you come by each year for the Aegis to make sure that is still in, basically it has to be recast every single year. And none of you have anything like with Ars Magic, which at some point, your Vim Magic rather, which at some point you need to.
Yeah, that might change when I redo Zaldan, because now that I know that's important. Anyway, digress. Memnos, they may be apprentices or just out of apprenticeship. They're doing a very good job. I go there yearly. I meet with them. They're doing exceptionally well for how young they are.
Surprised you have time to do that, considering the monsters you're hunting.
Listen, I do my job. I agreed to do the Aegis of the Hearth and be there when they needed help or someone to talk to. They know how to find me and get a hold of me, and they do that. They're doing their job. It's the tribunal put them there. Are we really going to question what the tribunal said?
It's our job to question what the tribunal said, period. Our house deserves this. It was supposed to go to our house. It's only because of this pointless squabble about land and demons and all this that we are not seated there at this moment.
I agree.
So you're proposing that we basically take it over?
I'm not proposing, I'm ordering. Aeliophane, you've done a lot of work. You've done good work. I want you to be leading this covenant. Hopefully there are enough monsters nearby. You know what? You can catch that Minotaur. How about that? That seems like that could take up a lot of your time.
It's never there when I'm there.
Maybe you need to stay longer.
One thing you'll both be aware of. Memnos is pushing for a bit more than there's actually any permission with the tribunal. Some of this will probably come up during... Confusingly, they also call tribunal when they get... There's the Grand Tribunal when like all the mages across, or most of them across Europe get together. But there's also, like, they'll have tribunals in the tribunal where essentially it's like, hey, we bring together a bunch of the mages from our specific tribunal, which happen a lot more often than the Grand Tribunal. So yeah, one thing both of you will know is Memnos is overreaching power-wise within the... and Memnos will also be aware of this, because essentially...
I know. Yeah. We're not supposed to actually have that, but I believe in my heart that we're supposed to have it.
Yeah, tribunal meeting every 7 years.
I'll say what I need to.
Grand Tribunal every 33 years, and Steve, the Grand Tribunal was where we made magical items and did the stuff, and then we realized the spells on it let us steal stuff from each other at the end.
All right, but yeah, I mean, if it's a direct order and you want me there, I guess I can't refuse it. But I mean, are we gonna put ourselves in the line of sight of the major tribunal? Like, everybody doesn't want us there. But if you're telling me to go, I mean, I'll go. I just think it could become a problem.
Don't think of it as a power grab. Think of it as you joining their council. But also, you're a more important person of that council because they need us.
Okay. Memnos, you've not met them. There's being part of their council. They're not all together there. They're
even better reason to toss them out. If there's something wrong with them, they need to be removed.
Forgot there were Bornir wizards in there, aren't they?
Yeah, but Memnos, I don't think you want us to run them out. I mean, if I'm the only mage there, it's going to become a problem. I need them there to make this place work.
I'm not saying you have to run them out. If anything, it would make it more difficult if you did. Just do what needs to be done. Represent our interests.
Okay. I guess I'll leave tomorrow morning for there.
There's a knock on the door.
Enter.
One of the lookouts such kind of opens up the door, kind of pokes their head in and goes, we have a ship that's just arrived. They were specifically asking to speak with the three of you.
Good God, what now?
When I asked who they were, they said just a very old man.
Oh no.
That's never good.
Memnos, It's got to be Daedalus.
It's always Daedalus. Ugh. Carry that corpse up here.
It seemed rather strong, actually, sir. Yes.
Probably he'd be weaker by now.
Then after a little bit, Daedalus comes in, old, but like still like powerfully built. The man works with rock and metal and all sorts of things, which has kept him in very good shape. Plus, he's a magical entity at this point. He also, because he does visit occasionally with you, because the two of you are both great like builders of things. He also does have a token that allows him to come in through the Aegis.
Yeah. Daedalus, you old so-and-so.
Memnos. And then
Daedalus.
kind of gives a smile because he's seen you a little bit more often than Eliphanis and then Veracuna.
Hello there, Daedalus.
Yes. There are things that sometimes speak to me. As he goes and he actually takes a seat kind of at the table. He kind of grabs a chair and sort of brings it. There are things that sometimes speak to me that let me know things that might happen, things that people are thinking of, problems on the horizon. What are you planning on doing with those kids?
Nothing. So far.
Nah, we just think it would be best if they had a little bit of a guiding hand. My eyes like dart at Memnos at that statement. We think they should have someone with a little more experience helping them out, just, keeping them moving in the right direction.
Oh, that's nice. Someone coming in. Again, it kind of leans back and then literally puts his feet up on the table. We're coming in, deciding that because you know best when you threw them to the wolves.
Literally.
Threw them there. And
Nobody wanted them. Cast off apprentices. We gave them a shot. They proved themselves.
You
They
know
don't
that.
need to keep proving it.
You know that tribunal's too much for them.
Actually, I'd like to hear what Daedalus has to say. He's with them every day. His
Then he
opinion on the
knows.
matter would be more intelligent than ours.
Tell us. I've heard stories too of the tribunal. Tell us about the mages. What are they like?
they're young. They're making mistakes. They're trying. But they're also making good inroads.
Really?
And
I heard one of them destroyed a town. I also heard one of them released a wolf into another town who then killed everyone in that town.
just to sort of,
I mean, who hasn't killed a town?
at which point Daedalus literally just sort of points towards Memnos and goes, I'm not a mage, but I'm older than every single one of you. And I've been around mages for multiple lifetimes. You care about these towns? Oh no, a town got destroyed. This is the first time, well, not the first time, I've heard a mage speak about this, but it certainly has never been one of the Tinker mages. Your Arbitans, they've got like a big bleeding heart when it comes to regular people. Most mages don't care that much. How many people have you killed?
How much you want to come say, Daedalus? Spit it out.
I missed the very first part of what you said.
Say what you want to say, Daedalus. Spit it out.
I think that they were thrown to the wolves, expected to die, expected demons or whatever to come after them, destroy them. They've survived so far. And they've prospered. I would rather we not have one of you come in just to unilaterally tell them this is how it's going to be. Because it's cowardly.
As I stated, Memnos, I think they're doing a good job with me going in a couple times a year to just check in and put the Aegis of the Hearth up for them once a year. I think they're doing fine. I don't think we need to intervene. But if you tell me to, like you did, I'll do it. But I don't like it.
I agree with the other things. Let them be as they are. Continue giving them help. Maybe some mentoring here and there, but coming in to take over.
Bayless, you and I both know what lies in the depths. We're digging, and it's making a lot of silver. But how far until we dig too deep? And what's going to come out?
The difference between us, Memnos, is I know that place. I built the labyrinth from the marble there. It doesn't matter how deep we dig. It doesn't matter how far we go. The problems that came through there, the demons, one, did not come through that mine. They came from other places. And two, what's in that mine is mine.
There are other things down there now.
And that was fine a month ago, a year ago. It didn't matter what happened to them then. But now, my guess is, because I've known you since you were a child. And this is true. He's literally known you. Like when you used to know like your friends that were in that covenant there, because I made a list of them, including the one that was Diam's parents. Like, you had been there at times before things kind of went to hell there, and you'd heard about the previous ones. You'd met the Great Daedalus back then. He goes, what I know is at this point, giving the help you've already given them without trying to have control is far and away the better idea than deciding now you're going to come in and take it over. Besides, Eliphanes, do you think he'll stay one place long enough to rule over a covenant?
That we can agree on.
Eliphanes hallway.
Come on, just getting
Hallway.
good. All right.
All right, he's the head of the covenants. You are an equal member of the covenant. Like the mages.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
Hallway.
That depends on your.
I think Aliphanes is gonna like go into the hallway but leave the door open.
Earmuffs.
Just stand there.
You think I don't know that? You think I don't know that he is not going to do that? He needs responsibility. I need him to stay in one place for like a week, a month, maybe not a year, but like
Memnos, if I may interject, then why are you giving to him? You know it's not going to work. Shit in one hand, wish in the other, see what fills first.
I have been alive a long time. He has great potential. He just needs to recognize it and stop chasing these silly monsters.
I kill most of them.
And give it to me. I have earned my right.
I'm going to come back in at this point. You cannot give it to Verkunda. You cannot give it to Verkunda. Verkunda will take that place and milk it dry and leave it a barren wasteland.
I will run it how it is meant to be run.
Yeah, till there's nothing left. And you kill all the other mages and everyone there.
That is a harsher version of what I was going to say, but Verkunda, you would squander it.
And you won't. What are you getting out of it by taking over?
Daedalus sort of stands and goes, again, I'm not part of your covenant. But I believe Memnos and I should speak privately, and perhaps tomorrow, when you've had time to think over things, we speak again. I'll have you know oracles don't visit me often. Well, Not since life.
You had an oracle visit.
Yes. How do you think I know as much as I know?
I don't know.
I'm not a
You're a
mage.
You're a sneaky old fuck.
I don't have spies in your... I mean, I know them, but they're not sending out letters to me. An oracle came and spoke to me, said it was time to come here.
Verkunda, you are a valuable member of this community. But I will not see you rule them. Both of you, make yourselves busy.
I stomp out of there.
Yeah, I give like a slight bow and turn to Daedalus and just like he's still there, I assume, gonna go. I agree with you, by the way. I think we shouldn't get involved there. And I think you do a great job of mentoring those young mages. I don't think they need me. I'm gonna walk out the door.
I can't cast the Aegis of the Hearth.
Well, I could come once a year.
He's not. I need him to be there for at least a month.
Yeah. The two of you there, and Daedalus just goes, "Do you have some wine?"
I was about to offer. I have. Do you remember Dara?
Yes.
I have one of her old bottles. Still.
She was good with her wine.
It's running low.
Well, it's old friends.
Really? Blancha.
Whose idea was this, Memnos? Is this yours? Did Veracunda put you up to this?
Veracunda couldn't put me up to anything.
Yeah.
You know, she was my favorite when they were apprentices.
I missed the very last part. Sorry.
No, sorry.
Said about favorites.
She was my favorite when they were apprentices.
Time changed that.
I worry I ruined her somehow.
You never struck me.
Understand me,
No offense,
Dad.
but you never struck me as the fatherly sort, and that is true of many mages. When you have an apprentice, they grow up essentially as your child.
Well, that explains it. Ships are better children.
What's better children?
Ships are better children.
I don't know about children. I killed my nephew and then sort of killed my son. Children are maybe not what I should be around.
Didn't you kill two sons?
One was
The other one was the nephew. Right. Forgot about that.
Memnos, why now? You're not leaving this island. You're not going somewhere. Why the rush for power?
I mean, I'm already this old. How long until sky and sea finally come to take me?
Well, it's just right out there. But the way you are, this is I put the wrong thing in there. You are 92 years old, but you look basically physically you're 58.
Yeah. Okay. I'd say that. By the way, are there other pressures coming from the Covenant to take over, or is this just purely a me thing?
I think I'll let you decide. This would have come from you in a lot of respects. And I will say a couple things to keep in mind. Because I'll let you kind of come up with the reasons why. Part of the magic that you have, like you're in that's you're one of the very few mystery societies that will just outright talk about it. They don't tell anybody like how to do the art. It's like architecture magic is actually a big part of it. While a lot of them keep very secret, yours is like, no, fuck, we'll talk about it. We're just not gonna, tell you about how we do any of the things that we do. Part of it could be there might be something you need like that amount of marble for, particularly from such a legendary mine that this is what they actually created the Labyrinth of Crete with. So there's gonna be a lot of power there.
I mean, the end could come at any point. What about going back to the beginning, Daedalus? Back to where we lost all those people?
Kind of looks over Dara's wine for a moment. You were practically a child. I mean, you were not a child, but you. Okay, nope. I just have to go here and say, "Hey, we're still here," even though we haven't typed it into TikTok. It was. I mean, you were young when that happened. You were away. It was not any fault of yours.
But I'm what? How old are we? Well, I know you're much older, but I'm almost 100. I still feel like we're at that day,
One thing I've noticed with those who live longer lives, there's a tendency to be essentially frozen at the age that you look. I am very old.
And you look it.
Verakunda.
Mm-hmm.
They'll end up drinking for a little while. What is it you are doing this evening?
I think I go back to my my laboratory. I'm just kind of like fuming. I'm probably like throwing things on the ground, like just having a fit.
Okay.
Stupid.
Do you try to seek out Memnos or Araphanes or someone else after like Daedalus is retired? God damn it, I can't type it over there.
I think I go to Alphane's often. Alphane's laboratory. Alphane's.
Come in. I am sharpening my spear. Ah, Verakunda. What's up?
I want to apologize for my behavior today.
It's very unlike you.
I need to know this tribunal. Is this really what you want? This covenant?
Which one? This one or Apona Merria?
Apona Merria.
Hell no, I don't want Apona Merria. I don't want to be here half the time. Why would I want to be somewhere else?
Perhaps I was a bit harsh with my estimation or my words about killing the werewolves. But realistically, if these children can handle werewolves and demons and fucking Daedalus and a Minotaur, we should be able to handle it fine, right?
You would think that.
Yeah.
But maybe the only reason they're handling it so well is because they're not tainted already.
Please.
I mean, when you don't know the right way to do things, you can think outside the box and come up with more creative solutions. The older you are, the more set in your ways you are. Maybe they're the perfect people for such a cursed place.
Or maybe they're walking right into their doom with no idea what they're seeing.
And do you think one of us going there is going to change that?
Yes.
One mage.
Well, we don't have to be. You go, and I come with. And then you can go venture off and kill all your little monsters. I'm sure there's dozens at Apona Merria. And I will do everything in your stead. Keep Menelaus happy. Let me have a covenant of my own. And you can do whatever the fuck off you want.
As enticing of an offer as that is, I know for a fact that if you were to go there, you would kill them all within a week. Especially Penn. You would hate her. As
I hate a lot of
stringent
people. I don't kill them every day.
every other.
Not that often. How bad it. You're never around. You don't know how many people I've killed. It's not as many as you think.
I heard they destroyed a town. By the way, let's kill all the werewolves.
Verkunda. As much as we banter, I do like you. I just don't know that we should actually do anything with that covenant. I feel like it's a death sentence.
Well,
let the kids play.
One way or the other, Menelaus has it in his head that you're going. You can go alone and do as you're told by Daddy. Or you can bring me with and then do whatever you like. And I give you my word, as a mage, I won't kill all the wolves or all the people in the covenant.
I'll think about it. Let's wait till the meeting with Daedalus tomorrow, and we'll figure out from there.
Like that guy.
You realize he lives there, right? Like, that's his home.
Okay, but
you'd have to deal with him every day, too.
Fuck is his purpose coming here and be like, I know what you're up to? That's so...
Do you know how old he is?
Yeah, everyone does. He doesn't stop fucking mentioning it.
Well, he's here. We'll just have to deal with it. Anyway.
Right.
We'll talk tomorrow.
Right. And I leave. I go back to my lab.
Yep.
Okay. I was double checking age wise. The first mention of Daedalus was in 1400 BC. So he'd be older than that. So he's
and we're in AD, right?
Yeah, you're in 1223 AD. So he's might be more than 2,000 years old.
Good Lord.
Good Lord.
Yep.
I remember when Jesus was born. It was a hopping time.
Yes, that all that newfangled technology. Is there any
Mainers and shit?
Any scenes anyone's having before, like maybe the three of you end up back together at some point?
Can we take a quick bio break?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a quick bio break. I'll just breathe in the cleaning fumes from the spray. All right, we will be back in just a little bit. Let me get us to be right back. See ya.
Right.
All right, and we are back. All right, so I don't know if anyone ends up out that evening, but sort of by the docks, you see at one point Daedalus smoking a pipe, and near him is a partridge that is sort of on a tree a little bit above him, and at one point he just looks up and goes, "Every once in a while, when I do things right, you stop bothering me." And the partridge is the nephew he killed.
Really?
Out of jealousy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I'll do a quick scene with him since I've been to the covenant with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think
if you got any scenes with each other too, let us know. Or Nessa, since you were done the last one, do you have anyone you wanted to do?
Okay.
Before we do that.
I think I don't talk to Aliophanes because like I don't know. I feel like I'm the kind of person who thinks that Aliophanes understands my intentions when he may or may not, despite me not saying anything out loud. Dad energy.
Mm-hmm.
You psychically know what I'm trying to do. So yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, so Daedalus is coming out smoking, watching the ocean coming in, or the sea coming in.
Is he sitting there or is he standing? All right, yeah, I think Aliphanes is just gonna walk up and like sit down beside him and just look at him and go, "So, make any headway in there with Memnos?"
Curious on why Memnos is doing all of this. We talked. Whether it'll happen or not, I have no idea.
I tried to advocate for those four. They are doing a good job. I don't think they need us. For some reason, Memnos just has it in his head.
My guess is if Memnos has his head, Memnos is not the only person who's considering that.
But I don't know. I feel like, why would you give it to a bunch of apprentices and then 2 or 3 years later take it back? Like it feels weird to me.
I'm not a mage.
Let them keep doing it.
I'm not a mage, and I don't know why you gave it to a bunch of apprentices in the first place. I've seen 2 experienced groups of mages not make it. Why are they there?
That's a good question that I don't have an answer to. I was talking to Verkunda. I told her that maybe their inexperience is the reason they're doing so well there. They don't have a lot of baggage or a lot of pre-programming. They just are doing what makes sense at the time. They don't care what the rules are, what they're supposed to do. They're just dealing with the issues as they come. Maybe there's a intelligence to that.
Maybe, but someday the demons will return. And one person in charge is going to make that much of a difference there. But I think if they come in with the same problem you had before. Too many people, too much infighting, and when things happen, they're not ready for it. This group, they work together better than the previous ones did, who did much of their own things, but there was a lot of ambition in the previous groups. So far, I don't think this one has that same level. I think they're still getting their feet underneath them.
We're all having a meeting tomorrow about this. I think if you and I are on the same page, maybe we can sway Memnos out of this.
Possibly.
But we absolutely cannot let Verkunda be in charge of that covenant. She'll ruin it.
Hear that, Sarah? You screw it up.
Yeah. I'm playing a villain. I like it. That's fun.
All right.
I think that's a good place to cut it.
All right, Sarah, are there any scenes you want to have before?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Next day. When do you all get together?
That would be up to Memnos.
Yeah, probably like 11-ish. It's like morning, but I don't like waking up early for you people.
Okay. People eat, get rested. Next morning, about 11, you gather.
So, people have made their opinions on the matter heard. Even some of us who were not invited to the conversation. Where we are at right now. Both of you are going to spend a month at Apona Merria. We are not as the hand of the scepter, but as the hand in the purse. I'd like you to go for a month, see how they run things, see how the money is going. I would like your input to be suggested, but not necessarily listened to, but they should respect you. Verakunda, you will go because you have a sensible head. Eliophanes, you will go to prevent Verakunda from doing anything insane.
Hey!
Verakunda, you will also go to prevent Eliophanes from doing something insane. How are you both alive for this long? The ocean is trying to kill me.
I am very reasonable. I spend my life on those ships. My life. I am very
Need I
reasonable.
remind you of the broom? When you were an apprentice?
That was 35 years ago.
And yet still it's fresh in my mind.
I broke one broomstick by accident, and you're going to hold it over me.
It had a ripple effect.
All right. So are we going at the same time?
Yes.
Okay.
Try not to kill each other.
Come on.
Very well. Thank you for the opportunity, Memenos.
Are we happy, Daedalus? We're not doing a hostile takeover. They're just going to spend a month there rather than just checking in every couple of weeks. Or, if we're being honest, with Eliaphane, months.
I go once a year to cast Aegis of the Hearth and occasionally show up when there's a story of a monster. Like, it's not that complicated.
That is not what your job was. You were always
What I
supposed to be more
interpreted it as. Your words were, check up on Apona Merria from time to time and cast the Aegis of the Hearth. I did that from time to time and cast the Aegis of the Hearth. I followed your instructions.
Once a year is not from time to time. We're taking this meeting outside. I need to make wood beams.
All right. Okay. All right. I guess Verakunda and I, when would you like us to go?
Next month. Get your affairs in order. I'm assuming you don't have any, Verakunda. I'm assuming you have some stuff you need to wrap up.
A little bit, not much.
Yeah, so I was about to put this in the chat too, but as a reminder, this is fine to go this way. You're all equal members of the Covenant.
I think Aliphanes knows that. He just doesn't push it unless it's necessary. Like, he knows when to pick his battles.
Yeah, there's also character reasons for people to be. I just wanted to just double check, make sure you knew. But yeah, BJ also mentioned. Yeah, remember that. But and also having been the parents of Verakunda can mean there's still that little bit of a. But you taught me everything, and you're kind of my father figure.
Yeah, Sarah and I were talking about this earlier, which is that I have a little sister, and like she was like 17 until she turned 21. In my mind, I was like, but you're a baby who can barely drive, and she's like, I'm legal to drink now.
No, don't think so. Doesn't
I was
sound
like, I
right.
don't think so. In my brain, you're still 5 years old, and it's your birthday. And
I swear to God, my brother and I are both in our 40s now, and I swear to God, he still sees me as like a chubby little 8-year-old. That's what I am in his mind forever.
Yeah.
It's like,
despite you being scheming, like is in Memnos's eyes, you're like trying to get extra cookies at the dinner table still. He's like, all of you settle down.
All right. I will say, Memnos, I'm still against this. I think we should just leave them alone.
Well, think about it as a supervisory role then. You don't have to butt in, take notes for a month or something.
I never take notes.
Boy.
Okay, listen. We're going to observe for a month. Then we're going to come back. And I'm going to report the same thing. They're doing a good enough job. Yes, they got a lot of money. They don't really know what all they have there. They're still young. We'll guide them a little bit in that direction. Like the Weiss they have there. Some ways they can allocate the money to better themselves. But at the end of the day, the problems that are there aren't gonna change if myself or Verkunda are there. The werewolves are still gonna be a problem. The demons eventually are gonna come back and be a problem. There's issues there that we're not looking at right now, and I don't really want to be there when the demons come back. I don't think any of us should want to be there. Let the apprentices handle it. If they die, we send more people eventually.
ooh, now who's the cruel callous one?
Fane. We should not be wishing or allowing for the demons to come back. Hang on. Also, why are none of you making wood?
I do not.
I thought when you said hang on, you needed like something in.
I thought there was something on your hand. You're like, hang on.
No, there's a spider Yeah, there's a spider somewhere. I smacked it and it didn't die, so it's still somewhere over here where I'm like, where did a spider come from?
It's plotting revenge.
It is plotting its revenge. No, Elifane is like doing I don't know if any of you have ever seen Naruto, but he's doing the Mokoton, the wood jutsu basically, where he's just making fucking wood for the ship.
No, I'm not saying that we don't help them, but if we're gonna help them fight demons, we're gonna need more than just me or Verkunda there. There's like, it's an issue that is bigger than one of us can handle. And I would rather not be there. I mean, I'm good at killing monsters. Don't get me wrong. I can kill fucking monsters. Demons are a whole different breed. I haven't killed one of them yet. Well, outside of the little ones, but you know what I'm saying.
Michael, can I make a character choice that I think might be insane despite his fear? Are they on an island?
Yes, he will not leave the island.
Yeah, okay, he's not leaving the island.
Yeah,
then if we're on an island, then I stay here. Damn it! If I had any access to a means of transportation that was not boat, I would be like, "Fuck it, I'm doing it myself."
Yeah, one of the important things is Memnos is not. Yeah, Memnos is too terrified.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Island.
Yeah, no, my death is out there. We can't leave. God, why did I set up shop here? Was I born on this island? Fine, all of you. A week and a half. 15 days.
All right.
Okay. All right, fine.
All right.
And report back about the demons.
All right, I can do that. I
We're
will
going to
leave
try
it.
to teach him some responsibility about literally anything other than killing monsters and having other people like him.
What's wrong with having people like me? Just because they don't like you doesn't mean they can't like me.
You don't need people, you need wood. For the ships. We're ship-based.
All right.
Melee
So something the
Thane, you're in charge. Make her into more likable.
all right. Seems like that's probably end of the session.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let people know who you are, where we find you.
I am Sarah. I am Powerful Week almost everywhere.
Hi, I'm Steve. I'm the Dragon X on TikTok. I'm in a lot of different places. Just look around. I'll be there.
Hello, I am Nessa. Steve, are we doing Nope, there's a spike. Damn it. I lost it again.
Yes, we're doing Crypt is Open this Tuesday.
Yay! If you love cryptids, Steve and I are on a show on Tuesdays at Grimstone Gaming. I'm available on TikTok, essentially. Don't ever look at my Instagram. But under Lochnessa, LOCHNEASSA. And if you like horror, I am on a horror podcast called Dead Teen House Party. The least marketable podcast on TikTok because you can't say the name of the show.
And I'm Improv Jam everywhere. In 2 weeks, we'll actually be doing a improv workshop here. So just people can see what that is like. I'll be doing essentially the same one that I do. One of the ones I do at Gen Con, which is the Honoring Stakes, which is the one that I think people get the most out of, and you can see some pretty huge changes over the course of that 2 hours. We will catch you all later.